Sports lives on Tax FM.
Very good day to you, Lennox Wasara, and I'm not alone today because I'm joined by Ivan van Zyl. Welcome to our special edition, our special feature, which we call Local Heroes. We'll focus on our local heroes, our local champions, particularly on the rugby field, and find out what they're doing off the rugby field. So today, if you're wondering who Ivan van Zyl is, he's a South African Union rugby player. He's played for the Bulls in the Super Rugby competition and the Blue Bulls in the Currie Cup competition. He's a scrum half for the team, and he's also scored some incredible tries for this wonderful team, but he's also captained this team in the Currie Cup competition. So, Ivan, thank you for joining me. How are you doing today?
No, very good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be a part of this. So, yeah, looking forward to our conversation and to getting into it.
Fantastic. Now, Ivan, let me just take you down memory lane. I'm sure you remember this as clear as daylight. Talking about that try you scored in 2016, that winning try in the semi-final where you're playing the Western Province. What impact did that try have on you, scoring the deciding try?
Yeah, no, I think that's obviously, like you mentioned, it's a moment I'll never forget in my life. I think career-wise, it didn't boost me as much as I thought it might have done. I really just actually made my breakthrough in the 2018 season. But on a personal level, it gave me confidence in realizing that I am good enough to be a part of that team and to function at a professional level and be part of the Vodacom Bulls, and be there. So on a personal level, it meant a lot to me as well. And also something about, God's perfect timing and him being in control for me. But that's obviously a story for another day. But yeah, on a personal level, it really meant a lot to me. So it was definitely a moment I will never forget in my life.
Amazing. I have to mention that you have captained the team before in the Currie Cup. How was that shaped your perspective on leadership?
Now, first of all, that was such an amazing privilege for me to be able to captain the Vodacom Bulls. That has been incredible and a special moment in my life. I love that pressure. I love being responsible. I believe it brings out the best in me. Having that extra bit of pressure and making decisions in that. And but I think we're very fortunate, when you're part of the Bulls and part of this team, and there's so many leaders around you and so many guys who help you out. So they make it very easy for you, and I think that's important. That's something I learned, as a leader. It's not about, you don't have to do everything on your own. It's really a effort that you're taking and leaving, taking advice from guys around you as well. So that's definitely something I learned, and yeah, as I mentioned, such a special moment for me personally.
Now, interesting. You talk about getting advice from people. Learning is an important part of being in a new team, being in a new dynamic. I wonder how the learning process was for you when you joined the Vodacom Bulls.
No, massive. I think when I was fortunate enough to join Vodacom Bulls and the under-19 squad and everything directly after school in 2014. And I just think if I compare myself to where I was back then, in all parts of my game, from physically, fitness to the understanding of the game and understanding different roles and what is expected of you. I don't even think I can compare that to anything. I mean, the growth and the way you develop is incredible. Obviously, you have coaches and you work with the best, and you're fortunate enough to get pulled into a Super Rugby squad when I was 19 years old, working and training with Springboks and seeing how they do things. So the learning and the way you develop there was just incredible.
That's amazing. You playing scrum half, you have to make some split-second decisions. And in fact, all of us in life have to make some very calculated decisions. Now, with your decision making on the field, very little time for you. You've got to be at it very quickly.
Yes.
What do you do to make the best decisions on the field?
I think it's obviously that you need to start at the way you're training and the way you need to put yourself in those different scenarios as much as you possibly can, during the week, during your training, creating scenarios for yourself where you need to make decisions. Like you mentioned, it's all about decision making, and that separates, nines, a good nine from an average nine. I believe, is making the right decisions in the right time. So I think you need to, during the week, you need to create those spaces and those scenarios for yourself as much as possible and train making the right decision. Otherwise, you can't talk and you can't think, okay, I'm going to make the right decision, or am I going to do this or that? You literally need to put yourself in those positions as much as possible, and learn by literally making the decisions during the week, and hopefully you'll then make the right one on the weekend as well.
Let me just put you under pressure here. Has your decision making gotten better in your personal life by virtue of playing the position in scrummy?
Yeah, well, maybe I don't really know. I don't know if I played a different position. I don't know if it would have gotten better as well. But yeah, I think it's, when you compare it to life, I mean, it's quite simple. I think when we make decisions, it's we a lot of times in life we think decisions is all about these big decisions we need to make, but it's actually about doing the small things right. Making the small decisions week in, day out. The small decisions, doing that right and making the right decision, then it becomes easier and becomes, a little bit more of a habit for you to make the right decision. So then when you need to make those big decisions under pressure, you are able to do that. So it's the same on the rugby field. If you're continually doing the right stuff during the week and preparing on that level, you'll be able to make the right decision when the pressure is on.
Awesome. I think a decision that's gotten me excited, and certainly gotten you excited as well, is the fact that the Super Rugby competition is coming back to our screens. I know you've been training hard for this particular competition. Yes. How are you feeling about the season ahead, and what would you like to achieve in this Super Rugby return?
Yeah, obviously, like you mentioned, very, very excited, and hopefully everything will go according to plan, and we'll be able to be back on the field soon. So that's the first thing we're trying to achieve, and then obviously you also mentioned it. We're working very, very hard. Having specific things we're doing, trying to prepare ourselves as good as we possibly can for whenever we will return to play. But I think for us, with Coach Jay coming in and all of that, I think we have one goal, and it's time to start winning trophies again. That's the aim, that's the goal, that's what matters. You can have a great vibe and you can have a lekker gees and everything, but if you're not winning the competitions, it doesn't count. It means nothing. So I think from our team and from the Vodacom Bulls, I mean, that will be our goal. We need to start winning, and we want to make the fans proud again, and we want to start winning trophies, and it's going to start with the small Super Rugby, however that's going to work, and after that maybe a Currie Cup. We're not sure how everything's going to go, but our goal is to become the winning franchise once again, so that's the aim.
That's incredible. I don't know how the pandemic has affected your life, but I do know that it's made us in some way being a little bit more tech savvy, if you want to call it. I wonder what mechanisms have you guys put or implemented at the Bulls?
Yeah, I mean, me and you doing a Zoom, so there's a lot of tech stuff happening. But I think from the Vodacom Bulls side, I think we had a great idea from their side, from the marketing department and everyone involved there. We have the Vodacom Bulls app. We launched, I'm not sure, I think a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I think that's great, to keep fans, basically keep them in the loop. I think it's a great platform where you can learn and see a different side of a lot of players. I mean, you can see Dwayne making some cupcakes, and on the lighter side of it, and on the other side you can hear stories about Morné Steyn and the experiences he went through and all of that. So I think it's just a great thing for fans to be a part of, and make sure you get the app. I mean, like I mentioned, is the Vodacom Bulls app. Make sure you get it. There's so much fun on there as well. But when the season will start, there will be fixtures and everything, so you'll always be up to date. So yeah, I think from the Vodacom Bulls side and our marketing department and everyone, so well done for them for doing that.
Amazing. Ivan, it's been wonderful to chat to you. I have to mention that I wish you well from the Tuks FM side as well as from the University of Pretoria side. We wish you well in the Super Rugby competition, and hopefully we'll chat to you soon when you pick up that trophy.
That sounds good, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support.
Fantastic. That's Ivan van Zyl joining me here, talking all things rugby. But he was the focus this week for Local Heroes, our new feature, building up to the Super Rugby competition.